All right, man, we back.
Yes,
Another
sir.
episode, Random Acts of Podcast. I don't even know. It's like 400 and something.
Man, we ain't keeping count no more, man. Y'all look at the bottom on the description, man.
Hey, man. Oh, it's 437.
437.
Random Acts of Podcast, man. We earlier, surely. If you want to live stream right now on the Patreon, patreon.com/RAO Podcast, man. Tune in early, get the bonus episodes, all that shit, man.
Right. Salute the troops. We in them coops like caprices.
Hey, man, salute my co-host, man. Joe, how you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm hanging in there, baby.
Getting there like swimwear, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Man. Hey, man.
We live.
Definitely.
Hey, man, let's get into the guests we got, man.
Yes, sir.
Salute 904 Eli, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
Pulled up on us, man. Long time in the making. Glad you could finally come out. Mm-hmm. You dropped your project recently. I'll let you introduce yourself, man.
Thank you, man. Hey, I just want to say it's an honor and it's a blessing.
Oh, let me go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
just to give me an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? To just come up here and just express myself. I've been rapping for a long time, man, and you know how like when you young, you try to find yourself. But I always knew music was my passion. I knew this was meant for me. And then once like I wrote a poem, and once one of my poems got published in a book, that's when I knew I'm like I can really express my words. So like I felt like that's a great way to like let off your stress, let off to get like, because us as black men, we hold so much in.
Oh, for sure.
You can let it out in different ways. Boxing, playing basketball. My thing was basketball and stuff like that. But shit, really, bro, it's just been music for me. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Like I said, I've been rapping all my life. I just dropped my first mixtape called the Book of 904 Eli. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna just start off by explaining myself. Like I said, I'm from Jacksonville, South Side.
That's one for you, Joe.
Yeah,
we be Italian, man. He just won around.
Check.
Hold on, what part of South Side?
I would say Arlington.
Arlington, okay.
Check.
Yeah, Arlington.
Double, that's 2 points. That might need to be a 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Bro, and that's just really what it is, bro. I remember back in high school, I had a desktop computer. And I don't know if y'all remember that video game called Guitar Hero.
Oh, yeah.
With guitar and shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that bit came with a mic. So I took the Guitar Hero mic, plugged it up to the computer, and I recorded my first mixtape, bro. Just like at the crib. After school every day, bro. I used to like record myself and try to make beats. But the technology ain't like what it is today.
Yeah. Shit, my first recording, well, first I used to carry around a tape recorder. And that bitch was big as a suitcase. My granddaddy had that shit. I stole it from his house one day, took it to the daycare, and we had a little group. You know what I'm saying? We recorded on that shit. And I mean, legit, that bitch was like a suitcase, bruh. It had a handle, and the whole thing dropped down, bro. It was about a 5-pound recorder. So I used to do that. And then my mama got me this DJ thing where you could like change the frequency on the radio.
Right.
Oh, Easy nigga, Mr. Jefferson on this bit. You know what I'm saying? Live in the ones and twos. Duval County was happening.
For sure. But, shit, really, bro, like, growing up, my parents ain't really have it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, financially, I ain't really had the money to go in the studio and really record. So, like, as I got older, I'm like, instead of buying all these clothes and shit, let me just invest, you know what I'm saying, in my dream and myself. So I work hard so I can, get to the studio and record, and it just feel good to finally drop my official tape, just going to a real studio, you feel me? Yeah.
All right, so you say you've been rapping all your life, so like what made you like say, fuck it, let me just finally drop a mixtape? Like,
cause what happened was, all right, it all started after a breakup. Because, when you're in a relationship, you kind of distracted. I'm doing things for her, spending money on her. I'm doing everything to please her. I'm pleasing myself on the low, but, we put the girl first.
Yeah.
So after that breakup, I'm by myself. So I got a lot of time to just like find myself. And I'm like, damn, let me do what I love. That basketball shit did. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't going to the NBA. No boy raw as hell. So I was like,
oh, you be hooping?
Yeah, I be hooping on the low, but I've been gave that up. I just do it for fun. But now
I ain't gonna put my co-host out there because you say you be hooping. So.
Nah, nigga, I'm retired.
You retired? Oh, you finally stopped talking shit?
I'm retired.
Hey, man.
My knees is shot.
I don't know what
I still get out there now.
I don't know what made him got to change the heart, but like 10 episodes ago, he was like, yeah, I dunk on a nigga.
Oh, yeah. Now, that sentiment is still stands.
Nah, like 2
I still dunk on a nigga.
Right.
Now, like
I just ain't running full court with a nigga. You hear me? There go the difference. You know what I'm saying? I'm down to shoot a ball. I ain't down to go and play ball.
Right. For real. You know, and watching that shit on TV, it make you want to hoop. I ain't gonna count, but like I said, bro, when I had all that free time, I found myself, and I was dropping singles. Like I wanted to drop a single, then drop a music video behind it. And I've been rapping for a year. The year flew by fast as hell. So my dog was like, man, it's about that time to drop a tape. And I'm like, yeah, you right. So then I was like, fuck it. Let me just go ahead and drop this tape real quick. And that's what I did.
I feel you.
Yeah.
That's ironic because like I feel like this podcast started on a breakup on my end. So like, it was like one of them situations where like, yeah, I need to do something with my life, like pivot something. And like I was like before we started, you was asking us how long we've been podcasting, and like I'll talk about it all the time. Like I'm inspired by like Joe Rogan and shit.
Right.
So like watching his ass, I was like, shit, I might as well gonna start a podcast too. So I'm in the same boat. Yours is just rapping, mine was just podcasting and whatnot.
Right. And shit, it don't matter how old you is, bro. It's like chase your dream, do what you love. Life is short. And that's what I had to realize. Like instead of me worrying about what other people think of me, let me just do me. And people gonna eventually gravitate because they see I take this shit serious. Yeah. And I'm perfecting my craft like you perfecting yours.
That's real.
Salute.
Consistency is key. One thing for sure. How long did it take you to put the project together?
So it was gonna be an EP. Like I probably gonna drop like 6 new songs. But then I thought about it. I was like, I actually got a couple hits. So I was like, let me go ahead and just put it all together and just make it an official mixtape. So I got about 12 songs on there. So the new songs I recorded it in probably about like less than a month. Yeah, less than a month. Cause now it take me like for 2 hours I can record 2 songs. But when I first started, it took 1 song for 2 hours. Yeah. So I'm speeding up. I'm like actually getting better with the speed when it comes to the studio time. So less than a month.
Okay. So how do you like practice and shit? You just take your time in the studio. You do a home studio. You do professional studio.
So what I like to do, I like to really be alone, and I like to just listen to the beat. That shit's like a form of meditation. Like I just like to just be in my zone, and I listen to the beat over and over and over till I find my flow. And I don't freestyle, bro. I can, but I like writing because I want to stay on topic and I want it to sound perfect when I'm rapping.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a good method. So the name of the tape, Book of 904 Eli, it's kind of like on some spiritual shit, on some religious type stuff. What made you go with that?
Man, look.
And I asked that ignorantly. I'm sorry. I didn't. Lord, forgive me. I was cursing while talking about that. But yeah, you get what I mean, though.
Yeah. So let's talk about it, bro. A lot of people love to talk about the physical, but I want to talk about the spiritual, the things you can't see, but you could probably feel it. So it's like this. My cousin, that's my main man, Tyreek. Shout out to my boy Tyreek, man. He the one that came up with the title, the Book of Eli, and I decided to throw the 904 in front of Eli since that's my rap name. So, and it's crazy because I just seen that movie like this year type shit.
That movie is hard. I love that movie.
That movie is amazing.
It is, bro. And basically the theme is like the Apocalypse Edition, because that's the mixtape. It's an Apocalypse Edition. If you look at like the background and the theme, it's like the fall of America or the fall of the world. And I wanted to base it off of that because that's kind of like where America is leading to based on the economy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I could elaborate more on that. So put it like this. Things is changing quick, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as a lot of jobs are hiring, you know what I'm saying? New laws is being put in place. They're taking away our rights. You know what I'm saying? There's so much going on. Like ever since COVID hit, a lot of things been shifting, a lot of things been changing. So it's just like, is it getting better for us or is it getting worse, you know? And shit, I'm starting to understand that. Are y'all familiar with the Bible?
Yeah,
the book of Revelations, the 4 horsemen of apocalypse. Yeah, it's kind of like that. Like with the 4 horsemen, the 4 horses have names. You got one represents death, one represents war, one represents famine, and one represents pestilence, aka disease. The disease, COVID. War, Ukraine, Russia, United States. What else I said? Death. You know what I'm saying? That's part of depopulation. And famine, aka food shortage. That could possibly all is happening at once. You feel me? So we definitely in like the Bible times right now, the book of Revelations, apocalypse, aka battle of Armageddon, good versus evil. And that's what's going on right now. It's either you gonna choose to be good or choose to be evil. It ain't no in between.
So let me ask you this: in your thinking, when you're processing these things, do you think that we're coming to an end, or do you feel like we're going through a test?
Great question, bro. It's like this. I look at it like metamorphosis. Like it's going from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Everything that we're experiencing is not all bad. Like it's good things that's coming out of this because people are waking up. With COVID-19 being in quarantine, we had all of this time stuck in the house to find ourselves, to figure out what we really want to do, to think outside the box. And I feel like a lot of people are becoming woke. So it's like the way of living that we used to live is coming to an end, and we're starting to think better. We're starting to eat healthier. Like things are starting to shift in a good way. You know what I'm saying? For the people that's waking up. So it's like the end of, how could I put this? The end of like a certain lifestyle we live and the beginning of a new lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? So with the government, new world order, new keyword. So that means if it's a new world order, then it's going to be an end of something that we was doing before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that because I feel like before COVID-19 and like other stuff that was going on, I feel like a lot of people were just like going through life just like being naive on everything. Like, oh, no, nobody out to get us. It's this, it's this, that. It's no conspiracies.
Right.
And now like everything like in our face now.
Definitely.
You're like, all right, people just dying all over the place.
Right.
It's obviously a food shortage. You go to the grocery store, you buy 7 things. It's $150.
Right.
What else going on? All kind of shit just going on. Prices, gas
going crazy.
What gas are like?
Well, I mean, you can see that the food shortage is somewhat being controlled, and that's what's even scarier.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, a lot of unexplained explosions and fires on farms and factories.
Oh yeah, that one. I think it was like last month. They were like, 5 million chickens died. Well, anyway,
Shit like that.
Here's a traffic report.
They're saying that they're not giving the same resources to farmers to be able to produce crops and things of that sort, or they're not able to get the same resources. So it's a lot that's playing into it for sure. But again, that's what makes me ask, are we coming to an end or are we being tested? For me, I feel like it's more of a transitional period in the sense we're realizing today that, one, we've been gluttonous over, decades. Centuries rather, for sure. Another thing I would say is that we overindulge, shortage of resources, you know what
Definitely.
I mean? There again, just so many things that I feel like now we are really starting to see, like you say, people are waking up to where it's like, okay, a car, it provides such great benefits, right? But realistically, why do I have to travel 30 minutes to get to a Walmart or a food source?
Right.
Period. You know what I'm saying? Right. When in my community, we have enough space to build these things and be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And within communities, you could provide jobs, ample jobs, and create opportunities and things of that sort.
Exactly.
But I do think, again, that we're seeing a transitional period to where we'll see more of people finding new ways to, again, create resources, create income, revenue streams and things of that sort, utilize those revenue streams for a greater good or for longevity,
right.
So we'll see.
It's basically like, put it like this. We're all being controlled. It don't matter how much money you got. We all slaves to a certain degree. It's levels to this shit. What control us? Religion. And if it ain't religion, it's money. Money is what control the people, because we all gotta pay for shit.
Yeah.
So if the dollar crash, then what? So I'm gonna just leave it at that.
But I feel like if even in that regard, before it goes to pure chaos, like we're at a point now to where so many people do have resources. We do see that there's a disadvantage in that same regard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if the dollar were to crash, I think that there is a way we could really and truly create a bartering system that could work at least temporarily till we could figure things out.
We gotta come together.
Yeah, that's it.
And learn how to live off the land, farming, gardening, stuff like that.
Yeah, live off of each other. I mean, I feel like now more than ever, you're seeing people have to depend on relationships and things of that sort. So it's no longer and I think a lot of things play into this: the death, the financial burden, everything. But you're seeing people appreciate the relationships that they have so much more today than we have ever before, at least in our lives.
Right.
For sure. Let me ask both of y'all a question. Y'all bank with Vostar?
No.
Nah, but I heard about them though.
Man.
I don't bank with them because they're shit, for one. But two, they're such a limited bank. You travel outside of the state and nigga, good luck.
It's over.
Yeah.
So I usually I try and keep like one here local, and then like recently I got another one. I got like a Capital One where it's like Capital One is like not necessarily in Jacksonville, but it's in other places.
Yeah.
But back to Vostar. So Vostar been having a bunch of like issues, and like Eli, when you had brought up the dollar crashing and whatnot.
Right.
So with all the issues with Vostar, so Vostar, to the listeners that's not from Jacksonville, Vostar been having a lot of issues where like pretty much they just whole system failing. I remember like a couple weeks ago, not even a couple weeks ago, like a couple months ago, it was an issue where like nobody had access to like their online banking at all.
Yep.
And then like last week they had an issue where like everybody's accounts didn't have like the right amount of money in it. Like
what?
you look at your shit, you be like, oh, you like, damn, I'm straight. I got a couple thousand. You know, none of your bills came out. Like they was having like a crazy delay. And I was like, man, what if like one day like they just be like, all right, man, we just lost all your money because at the end, because that shit is all digital. So it's like, what would people do if like you just had a bank and just like one day you just look in the bank and like just all your money gone?
You know what's crazy? That actually happened in China already. Like they can't even withdraw money. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's gonna be a great reset. The dollar's gonna crash because they've been ruling for too long. Yeah. What's on the dollar? A slave master. But guess what? Their time is up. America is bankrupt. They're in debt with China. So now China is gonna take over. Notice when you look at the NBA, when you watch the games, what you see on the floor, you see the crypto logo. Yeah. So they pushing crypto. There's gonna be digital wallets. There's gonna be digital money. They're using QR codes. What's it called? Technology is finna advance like crazy, man. And it's artificial intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Robots is taking people's jobs. This is what I mean when I say the new world order. It's gonna be a great reset. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people gonna lose their jobs and shit because of the technology, bro. It remind me of the movie with Will Smith. What it called?
Robot.
Exactly.
I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Damn. Man, all Will Smith movies, like niggas sleep on Will Smith. Everybody like, oh man, he only got a couple movies. The good movies he do got like pretty much like explain shit that might happen. Like
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
I Am Legend, I Robot, like
Hancock.
Yup, Hancock too. Damn, I forgot about that one. And there's another one.
I mean, not Hancock, but I'm thinking of I Am Legend talking about Hancock.
Oh, okay. Hancock was the one where he was a superhero.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the one where he was
like Two-Face?
Desolated.
Yeah.
Or the earth was desolated and he was by himself.
Yeah, that was kind of a apocalypse type movie with the I Am Legend and stuff like that, with the disease, how it killed off a lot of people, and he was like one of the last ones standing with his dog. Yeah. Some weird junk like that.
Well, he thought he was the last one standing, but like towards the end, he found out it was like other people too.
Right.
Society.
And I really want to speak on music and how like it has a big influence on like the world, like the power of music. From my research, I believe that the devil was a fallen angel, but he was an angel of music. You know what I'm saying? And back then, like, I'm a 90s baby. So back then, music had more love in it. You know what I'm saying? It told a message. It was more conscious. Now, they just talking about a whole bunch of thought stuff, music and drugs and violence. And you could tell, like, because y'all probably a little bit older than me. I'm 29. But definitely. I know y'all witnessed the transition, how music used to be to how it is now. It got worse. You know
what? I think the transition was, I don't know, Joe agree with me. I feel like 07.
07?
I feel like music took like a sharp like just turn in like 06, 07.
I'd say maybe like 09 really.
09? Okay.
Yeah. Cause I feel like 07 to 09 was a transitional period within itself. Mm-hmm. But after 2009, I'm trying to think like that really opened the doors to a lot of, at that point, experimental projects.
Right. Cause I know this when NWA came out, that's when that gangster music really started popping off. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cause I think they say hip hop started in New York, and then I think the West Coast was popping for a minute. NWA came out, and then that's when the South, we just took over. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as Florida and Atlanta and stuff like that, we really took over.
Yeah, I feel like the South took over around like 06, around the time when like
with Gucci Man,
Gucci.
Yeah. I feel like this. The South took over in 95, 96, but, you know, I feel like we didn't staple it to where, like, we let it be known that there's no one fucking with us until maybe around 2000.
You talking about like Outkast?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm saying that because if you really go back and look at that, like, yeah, Outkast made the statement. That's what we like applaud. That's what we hold in high regard, right?
Right.
That moment. But you had nothing but successful, prominent Southern artists in that time. UGK was popping. A-Ball MJG was like thumping. You know what I'm saying?
Don't forget No Limit.
No Limit was the biggest thing in music.
Yeah, that nigga Master P.
Hands down.
Master P was the richest rapper and he was from the South.
Hands down, the biggest thing in music.
Right.
The Hot Boys. You get what I'm saying? Like they came 3 years right after that. So I say it to say like the South to me was stapled around that 95, 96 time because it disrupted the flow between New York and the West Coast.
Right.
Everybody else was getting, like you said, they'd have a little moment here, a little moment there. When the South came in, it never stopped. It only ascended from there. You get what I'm saying?
And that the reason why I bring up like the transition of music, because I want to put out more positive music, but I'm going to do that. But I realize that putting out conscious music, you're not really going to get no plays in the club. They're not going to really support you if you're talking positive. Certain people will, a certain fan base, like J. Cole, he has a good fan base that'll support him. But I feel like us as rappers, we need to put out more conscious music, more positive music, because the younger generation is watching us and they're looking up to us. And we gotta set an example. I mean, all your songs ain't gotta be positive, like 100% conscious, but you know, switch it up sometimes. And that's what I do. I switch it up because I realize that, man, the power of music, it's a science to it, and I can elaborate more on that. But I'm gonna let y'all do y'all thing if y'all got something to say.
No, you go ahead and elaborate.
So put it like this. We're gonna start off with words. Words are spells, okay? That's why in school they call it spelling, because it's you can put spells on people. You can curse people, curse words. You know what I'm saying? So put it like this. If words have a meaning and I say a word to you, I'm basically putting a spell on you because I'm speaking it to you. Okay. All right? So if words are spells, and for an example, if a rapper keeps speaking on death, rapping on death, eventually it's going to happen. Look at Tupac. He was rapping about death a lot. He ended up dying. Now we got NBA Youngboy rapping about death a lot. Got caskets. You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, what you put out to the universe is what you get back. So it's just like, I realize we have to watch what we say because it can manifest into reality. So basically with music is a frequency. Music can hypnotize you. You know, like when you listen to a beat, it has you bobbing, it has you moving, you're hypnotized by it. And at the end of the day, yes, music could be entertainment, but it does have a message. Every song has a message. And at the end of the day, it's just like my mixtape is pretty much me telling my story. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all about, oh, how many cars I got, all the jewelry I got, the money I got, the hoes. It ain't about that. It's just about me rapping about my life and putting you on. Because the reason I call it the Book of Eli, because it's a story of my life and how I came up.
All right. So let me, from what you were saying, I got a question for both of y'all, everybody. Mm-hmm. Do y'all believe in like COINTELPRO and like different stuff like that, where they talk about the FBI?
100%.
100%. Mm-hmm. All right. So do y'all believe like there was ever any artist out there that was put out there by the FBI to like control black people and make them do different stuff?
Most definitely.
All right. So in that regard, I that's where I think it gets a little tricky, I'll be honest to say.
Okay.
Because I think in that regard, like, it's a lot of variables. Artist still has to be entertaining. You know, you can dump money into somebody, but, you know, and I'm sure that they've tried different things, and we've seen one-hit wonders. We've seen, you know, artists that we've been like, what the fuck? Like, who would allow him to represent himself like this on a national stage or whatever, right? Yeah. But I think that it would be more so like they used to say in the 60s, to where you see artists getting like selected more so and being like, hey, look, we do got a proposition for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, we'll fund you to keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
And I think that people are cool with that because, again, we know that the FBI's turned blind eye to a lot of things in the past to be able to get people on bigger shit down the road. You know what I mean? So I think that there could be situations of it, but I don't know, man. I don't know that they just like grabbing niggas up off the street or putting a nigga through writing school and saying, you finna fuck up the black community.
Yeah.
I had seen some shit because y'all know Aaron Carter just died.
Yeah.
And he did an interview. I forgot who he did it with. Well, you know, Aaron Carter had his issues with drugs, but when he said this, I like completely believed him. He was saying that he was like hanging out with like Michael Jackson a lot. Mm-hmm. And he said one day his mom grabbed him. She came in with like apparently some FBI agents. Mm-hmm. And she was saying that, she was pretty much saying that the FBI was telling them to like pretend like Michael Jackson was like touching on him.
Yeah.
And like he was like completely said, nah, I'm not gonna do that shit. So It's definitely a lot of things in like music where people just gotta be like, all right, yeah, definitely the FBI and different people like the government and shit was like controlling different things.
I believe 100%. You on that point because Tupac really like one of my favorite rappers of all time, other than Lil Wayne. But the thing with Tupac, when he signed that deal with Death Row, that's when things really started to change. 'Cause I think he went from like Underground or Atlantic Records, Underground Records.
Yeah, he was digital underground.
Yeah. But it's like this. With music, what's the best way to control the black community? It's through music. We all listen to music. Music has an effect on what we drink. we wouldn't be drinking Casamigos and Hennessy if it wasn't for the music we've been hearing.
Oh yeah.
We wouldn't talk the way we talk with certain slang if it wasn't for the music. Even music affect the way we dress. You know what I'm saying? It's like us, we kind of look up the celebrities in a way because they make it look cool, but it's through the music. The music has a control over the population. So that's why I said, like, the fallen angel, the devil, was the angel of music, because music in this world, like in this dimension we live in right now, music is what controls the people and has us hypnotized. And you can make anything seem cool. It could be dead wrong, but it could be a hard-ass beat. And you hear it over and over, and you just gonna vibe to it, and you ain't even gonna realize, like, damn, we calling each other bitches and hoes and niggas, but it just sound cool through the music, and that's how they get us under that hypnosis.
Yeah, definitely. That's another thing. Like, people that's listening definitely like speak positive things into everything. We did an interview with and this shit stuck with me. We did an interview with like Motion Cinematic, and I had asked them, like, as far as videos, and like definitely in Jacksonville, because we had a little error, and I feel like it's ending now, where we had a little kind of Chicago Jew area, but everybody just talking about dissing dead people and whatnot.
Yeah, shit crazy.
So I had asked him, like, what won't you do in your videos? And he said somebody came to him and said they wanted to do a music video in a cemetery, or like one of their ops and whatnot. And he said he wouldn't do the video, and I like that shit just stuck with me, because I'm like, granted, he just shooting the video, but that just put like a bad aura on him too.
Right.
Man, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, man. I feel like us, for the black community, we really got to come together, man. This and stuff is really getting out of hand, and we got to have more respect for one another, you feel me? So it's just like this, and ain't really the way, you know what I'm saying? Smoking dead ops, all that shit, man, that shit dead, man. Now it's all about spreading love. I researched universe, the word universe. If you break it down, uni means one, as in coming together. And a verse is a song, like a vibration, a frequency. One verse, universe. The verse is basically love. Bob Marley, one love. So at the end of the day, the way this world gonna change is if we all stop holding grudges and we just show love for one another. I know it's a lot going on in Jacksonville, shit crazy right now, but we gotta really like come down to a point where we just let this shit go and just try to start over and just refresh, man. At least try, bro. Because at the end of the day, we the chosen ones, you know what I'm saying? They say we are the most populated in the world. We're not the minority, we're the majority. It's black and brown people everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, at this point, bro, we can't be hating on each other, bro. We need our own schools, our own businesses, you know what I'm saying? Our own grocery stores. I know y'all heard of the Black Wall Street. Oh, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think it's in Tuskegee. But, man, we need our own everything. And as long as we spend money with each other, we can create our own economy. Because I'm spending money with you, I'm supporting your business. You spending money with me, you supporting my business. And we can just grow. But as long as we stay divided, we're going to be conquered.
Yeah. I was just talking about, we was just talking about the ViStar shit. And y'all remember when Killer Mike had that show on Netflix where he was just like, he had one. You ever seen it, Joe?
Nah.
You seen it?
Killer Mike, it sounds familiar. I remember him.
All right, so Killer Mike, he had a show where it was really good. I'm of course they got it canceled. Yeah. Because it was like, it was extra pro-black. So he did this one episode. It was fire. He said, he took a week. He said, I'm only doing stuff that's pro-black, only doing things with companies that's owned by black people. Right. And one of the issues he had, it was on the episode, he had his money with like a bank or whatever, and it was like, all right, bro, you doing everything pro-black. Like, he done found a pro-black what you call it? He done found a black-owned toothpaste company. He found everything, water, everything black-owned. Yeah, it was like, all right, man, you banking Wells Fargo. That ain't pro-black at all, bro. So he like, damn, I got to transfer my money to a black bank. Right. That's the only issue he had. He could not find a good black bank. But you know what? It goes back to that situation with Kyrie and Kanye. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Adidas, black people don't own Adidas. Black people don't own Nike.
And now look what they doing to Kanye with his contract with Adidas. Look what they doing with Kyrie with his contract with Nike.
Yeah, it took it away. All right, let's talk about Kyrie. Let's just stay on Kyrie for a little bit.
Sure.
So Kyrie, he just had a situation where like he pretty much got suspended. Pretty much, they said 5 games, but like he got to do like a list of shit just to come back. Let me see.
He done already did about half of it though. So
he had to apologize.
Yeah, he got to apologize.
He had to meet with the ADL. He had to pay $500,000. He had to.
He had to go to sensitivity training. He got to go to anti-Semitic training, which I don't know what that is.
Basically, they're going to teach him the history as to why what he said was anti-Semitic.
Right.
How it affects Jews and things of that sort. And this is just out, from uneducated nigga. You know what I mean? But that's going to be the premise. What we as black people really don't understand is why they label it as anti-Semitism. We get, the truth from the black perspective, but not from their perspective. Right. And the unfortunate thing is, in this situation, they are the controller to where if there's a judge, they're gonna be it. You know what I'm saying? So without knowing both sides of it, some things that we say can be hurtful. Some things that we can say can be divisive.
True.
And we don't know that. You know what I mean? And I think that's where a lot of people fuck up.
I feel like Kyrie was really just speaking on his people. I feel like he wasn't speaking against them boys. It just seemed like whenever a black man speak up, they love to shut him up. Just like I remember it was like one situation, they told LeBron, just shut up and dribble on some shit. And I'm like, damn, so basically you're a rich slave. You can't even have a freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Because he has so much, Kyrie and LeBron have so much influence. If they say the right things, they're gonna get crucified like Jesus. So look at Kanye. Look how they doing Kanye.
Kanye's over the top though, and I'm not saying that what he's, I really don't even like speaking on that situation personally.
Right.
But I will say this: what he's done has been excessive in a lot of ways. I mean, whether they were Jewish or not, if you go to someone, if a nigga came in here trying to work for us, work with us or some shit, and decided to show us porn during the meeting, I would kindly ask that nigga to leave.
Oh, yeah. Definitely Kanye's over the top. I feel like Kyrie I feel like he could have did a little bit better explaining himself.
100%.
He tried to do the whole, I ain't got to say shit to y'all.
He acted like a bratty child, being honest. And I think that's what a lot of people are like holding back from saying. In that regard, he acted like a bratty child. I'm not like, hey, speak your piece. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta know that there's gonna be questioning.
Yeah.
Right.
You gotta know that if you say it, you're gonna have to double down. And if you're trying to avoid the list of things that you have to do, then you have to be able to articulate it well enough that people can understand you're not trying to be hurtful. You're not trying to be divisive. You're not trying to single out a group of people by saying your beliefs about you and your people.
Right. For sure.
I agree, but do y'all think he gonna do the list? Because
he's done half of it.
I think he got no choice.
I think after you pay $500,000, you might as well commit to the rest.
Might as well.
He always be giving out money all the time. So Kyrie one of them people, like, he obviously doesn't give a fuck about money.
I know that, but I just feel like this. I feel like Kyrie is one of those people as well that knows he has a platform to say these things because of basketball.
Okay.
If Kyrie stopped playing basketball today, I'm sorry, but we're like, people are fickle. And the way that the media controls the narrative, they paint him to look as excessive and over the top as Kanye.
Yeah, they're gonna make him look crazy.
Him wearing an afro and a pair of bell-bottom jeans or something that could be stylish had he been walking into an NBA game might be labeled as Kyrie fell on hard times. And before the truth comes out, that lie is spread around social media that, hey, Kyrie done fell off because they kicked him out the NBA. All that money he was giving out, he should have held some for himself.
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with Kanye though, cause he was one of the players that didn't want to get vaccinated, and they tried to penalize him for the Kyrie. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like whenever he goes against the system, they try to punish him, but he seemed like he's standing on his morals and his beliefs. So I respect him.
Hey man, 100%. Before he even posted that documentary, they was already targeting him when the Kanye shit was going down.
Yeah.
They was like, I wonder what Kyrie think about this. And they was just bringing his name up. Like, he ain't even, but this was like weeks before he even posted the documentary. So they was already kind of targeting him. My only issue is, and a couple people brought this up too, like, why is Amazon not being brought up for even having that shit on their platform?
I heard about that,
so
the movie.
Let me ask this though. In what regard would you hold Amazon accountable?
Jeff Bezos making money off of it. You gotta approve that shit before you put on it. It ain't like eBay where you can just like post your stuff and you don't have to get approval. Like, he's like Jeff Bezos.
How many people are making money off Nazi memorabilia
on Amazon?
I mean, not necessarily Amazon, but
oh well, yeah. I do see people. Yeah, you're right. It is people that sell. Like, you talking about like on eBay and whatnot?
Yeah, all kinds of shit. So if you can't hold a person selling something like that accountable, how can you hold them accountable? Like that, every platform, like every store does have the right to sell or promote whatever they choose to. You might not agree with dildos, but they up at Adam and Eve
type shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just being real, like, and I use that to say that to us would be an extreme. Like, what the fuck? And it's like, yeah, they sell that. You know what I'm saying? But Amazon is a company that prides itself on being able to sell almost anything under the sun. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I could log in right now, search Nazi, Nazi, and find something.
I got you. I feel like it's different if in like open marketplaces. Like, for example, eBay. It was like, who the dude that killed Trayvon Martin? I forgot. George Zimmerman.
Yeah,
he was selling like paintings and stuff.
He sold everything. He sold the gun that he used. He sold like American flag paintings and was like naming it after the day and shit like that. It was like crazy shit around that. But yeah,
he was selling that on eBay, and he can't. They
couldn't do anything.
They couldn't do. They took some of them down, but they couldn't really do anything because it didn't violate any of the guidelines. But Amazon is different. Like, me and you can't just go sell RAOP shirts on Amazon without, like, they gotta approve that shit. They gotta sit and approve it.
Right?
Why wouldn't they though?
Right.
There's somebody out there that wants to watch that kind of footage. From a business standpoint, I'm sure Jeff Bezos would have been sitting back like, why not?
Right.
Why not?
Yeah, I got you. I feel like somebody need to be watching the shit. And like, for example, I didn't watch the documentary, so I might be ignorant to the situation because I'm going off everybody. Apparently, it had like Hitler propaganda in it. So that's
I don't know. I ain't see it either.
About that.
I ain't see it, and that's the same thing that I heard. So I'm not trying to like condone the video in any way, shape, or form. Right. You know what I mean? But I do want to say this. Like, again, why would Walmart? Now Walmart's a little different because they have a reputation that's more in your face.
Yeah.
Right? Walmart
sell bullshit too. Like, I don't know if y'all seen it. Walmart was selling like fake Jordans.
Some great value shit.
Oh yeah. Now they sell all kinds of bullshit. But what I mean is something that's so offensive to a large group of people, right?
I think a lot
Amazon. My bad.
Pretty good.
Only thing I was gonna say though is Amazon is such a big resource. They don't care if 30,000 people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
They moving 1 million in a day.
For sure. But hey, it is what it is, man. I mean, at the end of the day, what's hitting in the dark gonna come to the light. So it's just like we just gonna sit back and watch for real. But they really starting to put everything in our face now. So
yeah, I think it was leaked. Like, then Kanye pretty much said he had a handler or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of information is coming out about him. He was into like some basically some of the projects that you was talking about, similar to he basically was in shit like the MK2 trials, psychological
mind
testings,
control.
And he was in the shit. I feel
like with him, he had spoke on that movie Get Out, and he said that movie Get Out was about him, and basically that black man in the movie Get Out was actually Kanye being in that chair, sunken in that hit, like that's sunken in that place, like that. It's like he's under that, like I said, that spell, that hypnosis, and him messing with Kim Kardashian, they evil as hell. So it was on some shit like he was really out here being controlled, and he's basically a rich slave, and they got his mind. But I feel like with Kanye, he's starting to break out of that spell, and he's trying to like speak the truth, but you could tell he's still under that control, like he's under like some evil spirit right now, and it's like he's trying, but right now it's just like he's kind of like stuck in between. It's weird though.
Yeah, cause I'm about to ask you like, what's like one of the reasons why you fuck with him? Because like, people, Kanye do be saying some things sometimes that just like you gotta like listen to, but then I hear something like, oh, okay, he kind of sounds crazy, but it's making sense. But then I go back like, this nigga might actually be kind of crazy. So like, what do I need? What is he saying that I can't agree with? Like, he said some shit about his kids was going to school with like fake kids and shit.
What?
I'm like, nigga, what the fuck is he talking about?
Yeah.
That made me think of like how people be saying like Sandy Hook was a conspiracy, but like I'm like, why would he say that? But then also that shit kind of crazy. Also,
it is like with him and like Orlando Brown. I don't know if y'all been watching his interviews.
I try not to.
They make them boys sound crazy, but they be saying some shit though. Like
no, Orlando Brown is crazy.
For real?
Yeah, I'm not.
I feel like he crazy, but
I let a lot of things.
I think he on drugs.
Yeah.
But with Ye,
but that make people crazy. So I'm just gonna leave it there.
Yeah. With Ye, he had said some shit. He said slavery is a choice, and I think he said Harriet Tubman or somebody didn't free the slaves, and it's kind of true because it's like we got the choice to be slaves. We don't have to work a 9 to 5. We can all quit our jobs and be like, you know what? We finna start our own business, or y'all gonna work for us on some shit. But nah, we all like people are under fear. They have anxiety. They don't want to lose their jobs. But if we all quit our jobs, we don't have to work for the system. We can literally start our own.
Here's the thing. That is the dream of one. You know what I'm saying? Like, each person has that euphoric dream in their head of how the black ecosystem could work, right? The problem is, and especially when you think about slavery, is this. One person does not impact change.
It don't. Yeah. That's why I say everybody, because it's a power in numbers.
But where I feel like it gets really interesting with these kind of conversations is we got to take into consideration there's divisiveness in the word nigga, which we've used now at this point as a term of endearment. If for nothing else, I think an older generation should be able to look down on it and say, okay, well, I can respect that. For you, it is a more or less a gauge as to what level, you know what I'm saying, I can receive this person on. What's good, my nigga? I'm Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then how you respond to that energy, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, however it plays off, you know what I mean?
Right.
Lets us know where we stand, right? But I think, again, like, there's so much divisiveness amongst ourselves.
It is.
And we can't come together to make it down the street half the time.
Right.
much less you talk about starving your family. Having to watch someone die in front of you, someone you love, you know what I mean? And I'm just trying to put myself in the mindset of what I could imagine slavery was like, and trying to say, yo, brothers and sisters, let's band together to do this, right? Even if, like, you talking about people that had wealth, not like the population was so small when America was really thriving, you know what I'm saying? That those who had it, right? So you talking about people that could lose 30 slaves in a day. Yeah, it might hurt them, but they'll get those slaves knowing I'm going to make that money back over time. Even if I have to work them harder, even if I have to work them to death, I will kill these 30 slaves so that I set an example to the next 30. So that I set an example to the South, to the next 30 counties. You get what I'm saying? So that everybody that hears about this land, everybody hears about what happened to these 30 people knows you better not try it. You get what I'm saying? So in that regard, it's not so much a choice as it is a question of who's ready to be a martyr. Because even today, with what's happening with Kyrie and Kanye, you have two people that are essentially moving in parallels, and the community is not universally backing them.
I feel like they are in a way, because it's like everybody not going to agree, but the people that's woke, they see what's going on. Whenever somebody speak out against the system, I'm telling you, bro, they're going to make them look crazy. They're going to make them look foolish. You know what I'm saying? And it's just...
But they haven't lost yet. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Black Panthers, Malcolm X, Martin Luther.
Yeah, Malcolm
you
X.
get what I'm saying?
About Malcolm
like,
X.
all of these examples that we have of moments to where people did come together, we have horrific endings. Nothing that's why today we don't have a black leader. That's why today
they kill them all.
That's why today when we talk about black leadership, the community unanimously says
my fault.
Nah, that was funny. That was funny. Even when I said it, I was like, come, all right. But that's why the community, though, it says we don't need a black leader, because what we're subconsciously saying is, I'm not willing to follow somebody that I know is going to get killed. One, I'm not willing to follow somebody that I know won't be able to fulfill his or her dream.
Think about it, though. Just because they killed don't mean their legacy ain't going to live. Just because if they killed, their legacy still going to live on. That's why we talking to Malcolm X today. Because even though he killed, his legacy is still living, because we know what he stood for and what he fought for. Look at Dr. Sebi. Now people still talking about Dr. Sebi. He been dead. People trying to eat healthier because they realize this food is GMO.
True indeed.
It's causing cancer.
But I feel like, again, that's history, man. That's just like moments in time that we will talk about for and these things happened in our generation. We're not talking about 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about these things because they have relevance. You know what I'm saying? Like, Malcolm X was 30, 40, 50 years before us.
Right.
But in that same regard, how many people, like, yes, we talk about him, but how powerful is his influence today?
It's very powerful, bro, because with history, it repeats itself. And like I said, we still slaves. It's just an upgraded version. Instead of being slaves like my master, it's more so mental. It's mental. We under mental slaves now. So it's like, instead of like how can I put it? Instead of living like on a plantation and shit, we going to work instead. You know what I'm saying? That's part of slavery. Yes, we getting paid, but we're not getting paid enough. We're paying taxes. They're taxing the hell out of us. And on top of that, inflation, we're still slaves. I can't even say what I want to say on TikTok because they censoring my shit. So it's just like, bro, we only got a freedom of speech, bro. we still slaves, but it's mental now. So it's just like, that's really just what it is, bro. History repeats itself, bro. I believe in that shit.
But check me out, though. You know where that is kind of fucked up today?
Mm-hmm.
Even for the Malcolms and the Martins today, right? And we're not talking about a long span in interval of time.
Right.
Today, realistically, like, yes, we are still slaves.
Definitely.
But now it's not just black people.
Facts.
The world, essentially, those who are not living in that top tier, like, yes, it's just like in my mindset, you know what I mean? It's just like slavery was. They had white slaves, right?
Yeah, it's a class thing at this point.
Exactly. To where those who are, but here's where it's fucked up. We're at the bottom, right? So we would be field niggas essentially, right? So those who are in middle class, they in the big house, right? How many of the people in the big house supported those in the field?
Also, example, Kyrie with the whole net situation. Kyrie wealthy as fuck, hundreds of millions of dollars. He's wealthy. He's in the high class, but they still drop their nuts on him. Yep. They're like, hey, you got bread, but if you want to dribble this basketball again, you got to do this list.
Right.
And if you don't do it, fuck you.
It's a lot of
play
things.
In China somewhere.
So I think that, man, like, we just have to have a better understanding to prepare ourselves for the things that we're talking about are coming, right? Because, yes, we are still slaves. It is a mental thing because social media controls you. What do you see on social media? You see everything that you want on people your age, your, like, in what you're thinking or in your range of lifestyle, level of success, things of that sort, right?
Comparing their lives to their lives.
So,
but you just gotta wait your turn.
It's not even just that. We don't understand people are scamming.
Definitely.
There's I think that there is a machine that's putting money into certain people so that, hey, I want you to promote these images. I want you to promote this lifestyle so that it has an adverse reaction like we talked about. I think that's easier with social media influencers today. I think that that's easier with social media platforms today, which is why we see such a strong focus on videos, content like that, right? Think about how that benefits that machine. Today, the only thing that we watch, fight videos, that culture there has been built up since YouTube. You know what I mean? Since the earth of, you know what I mean?
Hip hop type shit.
So we got the fight videos, but now it's a lot of parodies of things that in any community we don't agree with.
Right.
White, black, Asian, China, Hispanic, you know what I'm saying? Latino, whatever.
Right.
There are a lot of, like, for the black community, you got men in dresses and on a regular. Like, that's not something that, to where in the movies, we used to talk about that being a thing, but even in that time, it wasn't like you went to the movies and saw 3 movies in a year of niggas in dresses.
Right. Yeah, it's getting worse.
Now, if you watch one video on anything, and it's not by choice, if you see one video of a dude in a dress, somehow, some way, the algorithm puts another 10 on the page, and it's like, what the fuck is the world going? You know what I'm saying?
That shit definitely wild, though. It's like we can't control what we see on social media. It just pop up. That's why, like, our kids, we got to be careful, like, giving them tablets and phones because you don't know what they're going to come across.
So I think that I think that, like I say, we do got to better prepare ourselves. We have to, and I always think about that Michael Jackson song, and it sounds so corny to say, but
no, you good.
The Michael Jackson song, "Man in the Mirror," because, like, yo, he said some of the realest shit. Like,
he did.
I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Just
if you want to make a difference, you gotta look in the mirror and change yourself or whatever. Right. In the world today, you gotta look in the mirror. Yeah. So make a change. That nigga went crazy. Nah. Yeah. But I think about that because I think this. One, the influence that we have on those closest to us impacts them in ways that oftentimes we don't think about. Small things, lingo. Think about how many of your friends say similar sayings or similar words. You know what I'm saying? They might say them with the same fluctuation, or for y'all, you thinking like, damn, this a joke, right?
Right.
But that's the proximity. That's you all being close, that close knit over such a long time that you've naturally taken on each other's habits and things of that sort, right? You might have somebody that, you know, when y'all first went out to eat or were out in public was a little more excessive, over the top, and they saw your demeanor was relaxed, and it's like, okay, well, let me chill with.
For sure.
So gotta start with things like that. For those of us with kids, you know, I don't have any, but for those of us in the community that do have kids, you got to raise them up to where
they can think for themselves and just be themselves. Because like you said, like
have
when the
critical
pandemic
thinking.
hit, it seemed like when OnlyFans came out and Cash App, these on City Girls, and the City Girls came out, it's all connected. Okay, she gonna be on some thought shit. She gonna get Cash App on some OnlyFans shit. So I think like that shit wild.
It is wild, honestly. It's just wild to think how many people just like was so willing to do it so quickly. That kind of shocked me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was a lot of like they was desperate, man.
Yeah, no.
A lot of them when they say
ain't no shaming for me, ladies.
Hey, so we got a show on the Eli. You probably seen it on the Instagram. We got a show RAOP at night where we talk to the porn star OnlyFans women.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Check that out. Keep scrolling a little bit.
Yeah.
For sure.
So we always ask them.
It's coming back. You know what I'm saying? We actually shooting this week. So
it's coming back very soon. All right. So when we always ask them like, what made you start OnlyFans? And their answer is always, the pandemic. I lost my job.
Yeah.
I was desperate. That's
I mean, that's
that
a general
sense.
consensus.
That shit wild, bro.
It does.
That's
So
why I'm single right now. This nigga don't know who to trust.
I think that, they should have been, not everybody, had to get naked. You know what I mean? Not everybody has to get naked. And we see that. You know what I mean? I think some women just want to express themselves. You know what I mean?
I don't know about y'all. I enjoyed the entertainment. I know they ain't had to get naked.
Yeah, like I say, I enjoy I'm not against
it.
that. I'm not against none of it.
Y'all remember Backpage?
I'm just saying from a business standpoint. You know what I mean? They could have made a lot of women could have made that same money just from a marketing standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely remember Backpage.
Yeah, they cut that out, and then OnlyFans popped up like a couple years later. So it's like,
You know who got rid of Backpage, right?
Nah, who?
Kamala.
Kamala?
Yeah, Kamala Harris.
Oh shit! I didn't even know
that.
She
got rid of Backpage.
Wow.
Actually, that might have been a good thing though. Like I think Backpage was a lot of sex trafficking.
It was though.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
like the newer ones.
Like they actually had a lot of missing persons and cases and all kinds of shit going. Yeah. So
of course the good come with the bad. Of course, there always gotta be some people that fuck some shit up. So, but the OnlyFans women, they figure out a different route to do their shit.
Yeah. And I mean, it's safer, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot better, you know what I mean? In the comfort of their home, they can control everything about it, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
my cousin told me if you DM them, they reply back with the price. That's what my cousin told me.
Who you telling me? $40. Look at that.
what that thing hitting on?
Like 80 bucks.
40.
Yeah. That's what my cousin told me though. I wouldn't know. So Eli, let's go back to the music real quick.
For sure.
So you said you was 29, right?
Yeah, I'm 29.
You got any issues with have you ran any issues? Because rapping is like a young man sport. Me and Joe talk about that all the time.
Right.
Me and Joe in our 30s, and like most of the people we interview be like early 20s pretty much, or mid 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them we be having like 10 plus years older. It's like, hey, nigga.
Well, my thing is like, it's like, I look at it like this, like I can relate to the youth, probably not 100%, but I feel the same way. I feel like it's not an age number on being raw. Like if you got good flow, if you picking the right beats, and if you snapping on some raw shit, it don't matter how old you is, nigga gonna respect you. A nigga ain't gonna hear your song and vibe to your shit and be like, damn, how old this nigga is.
Right.
No, they gonna be on some shit like, damn, this nigga raw. I want to hear more of his music. At the end of the day, like I said, when I was growing up, financially, I ain't have it like that. But now that I got money to back myself, I'm going to keep recording. I'm going to keep dropping music. So I feel like age ain't really nothing but a number, because age doesn't classify how raw you is and how you can trend set and how you can just basically keep the crowd liking your music. It's not about your age. It's about your craft, your talent, and how serious you are about your music, and can you relate to the people.
So real quick, if I can chime in and just add on to that, I think we was talking about, the sound of music today, it being more of a negative influence and things of that sort.
Right.
I think that if in hip hop we want to see that change, it's gonna take older artists. It's gonna take artists in their 30s, artists that have had more life experience and are transitioning from the things that they may have done in the past.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
And that, I'm sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
No.
Okay, because I'm on some shit. Like I said, I'm a 90s baby. And at the end of the day, 29 not old, 30 not old, 35 not old. It might be old to y'all,
right?
But really and realistically, that's not old, bro.
It's old on the internet.
Yeah.
Right. So it's on some shit. Like, I can teach you some things. I can snap.
Straight up.
I can snap, and I can teach you some things and drop jewels, because a lot of these niggas don't got no daddies in their life. A lot of these niggas look up to rappers because they soaking up game from rappers like NBA Youngboy. Niggas looking at the NBA Youngboy, and they probably the same age on some shit. So really, bro, it's on some shit. I can drop gems on niggas. You just gotta hear me out. So my first song on my mixtape is called Third Eye, and I'm basically dropping gems, bro, about the world and how this shit is changing, like, upon us. Yeah. And at the end of the day, bro, look at 2 Chainz. Look at niggas that came in the game. You know what I'm saying? They was older, but they was snapping. But I feel like I'm not worried about that age shit, bro. As long as I'm snapping, bro, and I'm expressing myself, getting my point across, and at the end of the day, bro, it's gonna sell itself, bro. I ain't gotta do too much talking, bro. The music gonna say it all.
That's some real shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Cause I had to think about it, man. Like, some of my favorite artists is like damn near 30, and like you say, you 29. Me personally, I feel like my life didn't even really start till I was about 29. To be honest, like 29, 30. Right. Because everybody be like, I think people just drawn off the internet shit.
Yeah.
And I feel sorry for the young niggas now, especially with these younger women, because they be seeing like the city girls and all that.
Right.
And like, I seen one chick, she was like around like 20, and she had made like a status about like how she only want like a nigga with like a car and like a house and shit. And I was like, nigga, when I was like 20, I think I was still with my mom.
Yeah, I mean, I know I was in and out. I was back and forth, you know what I'm saying? No stability, you know what I mean?
Like, my mom, I don't think I had a job. I think I was poor as fuck.
Yeah.
Because
it was just living, you know?
Like, us as black people, I ain't saying all blacks, but we didn't start like the white folks did. Our credit was good. We had a car at 16, all that extra shit. It took us time to get on our feet. So really, you don't really start living your life till you about 30 anyway, because your credit should be straight by then. You know what I'm saying? You should have a car. You should have a place by then. And you really just getting it out the mud. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people that got silver spoons and shit, they got their daddy in their life. So they got both parents to support them. I just had one type shit. So it's just like, even though I'm 30, bro, like, I'm still, like I said, I'm still finding myself on some shit. So now that I'm finding myself, you know what I'm saying, I'm finna like take off with this music shit and take this shit serious, but I'm not finna let nobody say, oh, you too old to reach your dream. It don't matter how old you is, bro. Keep chasing your dream, bro, until you dead, because we only got one life.
Real shit, man.
That's some real shit, bro.
Man, salute, man. Eli, man, you an intelligent brother, man. This been a good ass episode.
For
man.
real. If I ain't know which one was which, the buttons, I would have gave your ass a round of applause.
Right.
Yeah, we just got this new soundboard. I ain't programmed it yet. But we'll give him an actual round of applause.
Man, for sure. Because you just dropped, you dropped 100 right there.
For sure, man, because at the end of the day, bro, it's just about the community, bro. I'm born and raised here in Jacksonville, bro. Mm-hmm. We went through the most, bro. This shit is rough out here, bro. Going through racism, niggas hating on you. This is really a crab pot city. Definitely. But that's why I really fuck with y'all boys, because y'all boys showing love off top. Y'all giving me this opportunity to express myself. And like I said, bro, we all got to support each other on our dreams, bro. And we got to do better, bro. Because at the end of the day, they want us fighting each other. They want us going against women. You know what I'm saying? It's a war going on, mental war, spiritual war. But we got to break out of that shit, be mature, and just understand that we have to love each other and come together. Love is going to make this shit work. Not fear, not hatred, but love. And I stand by that.
Salute. That's real.
Sure.
That's some real shit, man. So, hey, man, salute Eli. We about to do real niggas of the week. They need their ass beats and get the fuck up out of here, man. Salute Eli once again.
Right, sure.
At the end, we'll let you plug all your stuff. But the Sending Real Niggas of the Week, hit us up, mail@raopodcast.com. That's mail@raopodcast.com. Or you can hit us up on the hotline, 424-260-RAOP. Eli, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Real Niggas of the Week, so it's pretty much just like a shout out. Anybody you want to shout out? Anybody did some real nigga shit? Celebrity, person you know personally?
I can say some shit before we close it out.
Go ahead.
So I just want to say, y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, 904_Eli. Shout out to my cousin, you know what I'm saying, Tyreek, you know what I'm saying, for just recording my videos when I'm out here performing, doing my thing. Shout out to my brother for supporting me, you know what I'm saying, Assad. Shout out, man, to Reese Montana. A real nigga, bro.
Yeah,
Reese Montana, he gave me the opportunity to record with him. He was my first feature. I paid for the feature, and we did a song called John Morant. You know what I'm saying? It's on all platforms right now. And he gave me some tips when it came to recording, and I just took the shit serious. But, you know, like I said, bro, we in the crab pot type city, and I really appreciate Reese Montana, my boy Juiso Groovy that I went to school with, Terry Parker. And you know what I'm saying, we all just been on this music shit, you know what I'm saying, on like Underground. Shout out to Underground, all y'all boys, you know what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we all trying to blow up. We all trying to make it out of Jacksonville. So at the end of the day, let's keep just showing love, supporting each other. And make sure y'all stream my mixtape, Book a 904 Eli on all platforms, man. And that's pretty much all I got to say, man. I appreciate y'all for real.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, we'll run through these real quick. My first real nigga of the week, I just got one, man. Shout out my Seminoles, man. Eli, what college football team you fuck with?
So college shit, I went to Bethune-Cookman University. So I support my HBCUs, but I like the Gators.
Gator.
Let's go. Let's go. We asked this year, but hey, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, man, but my Seminoles, man, we not ass.
Fuck them Seminoles.
What's y'all record?
What do we is, like 5-3, I believe?
Yeah, I think y'all doing all right right now.
Yeah, man. So salute my Seminoles, man.
Hurricane. It started off ugly for y'all niggas, though.
We won like 4 in a row.
Oh, y'all did?
Yeah, we won 4 in a row, then we just lost like a bunch in a row.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
But anyway, man, ain't no Hurricanes in the building right now. Miami Hurricanes, y'all ass. Y'all talked all that shit. We beat y'all 45-3. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear shit from y'all no more,
from
bro.
Miami can't say nothing.
Yeah, Miami Hurricanes, y'all got shut the fuck up, man. Hey man, I ain't a Gators fan, but it's the Gators and the Seminoles only in Florida. Y'all look what camera I'm looking. I'm looking all 3 of these motherfuckers. Hurricanes, shut the fuck up. Right. Y'all lost your chain. What they had, the turnover chain? Y'all ain't even got that no more.
Nah.
Hurricane fans, shut the fuck up.
But it's crazy though, cause like Florida State, Florida is Florida. I'm from Florida, so I'm going to fuck with all the Florida colleges on some shit.
Yeah, 100%.
But what's the difference between the state of Florida and Florida Gators though? Like I never got that part.
Real niggas. And
oh man, don't do that. Don't do that, bro.
Yeah, nah, because we I would say we would lose that one.
Did we play y'all yet?
But I fought with Tallahassee though, heavy.
Nah, we play at the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
I fought with Tally though, cause that's where fam you at and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I got love for Florida State.
Man, it's crazy. I just grew up like a Florida State fan. I didn't go to the college. Yeah. I was just like a fan of like the niggas back in the day, like not Chris Wink, that's y'all niggas. Peter Warwick and shit like that. I was fans of niggas like that. So I was like, all right, man. I think that's just my FSU, man. Seminole, man. We definitely gonna get a bowl game this year. So salute to that. That's my only real nigga. Joe, you got one?
Man, I actually got a few, but I don't know if this was mine. This nigga that turned food stamps into cash.
You had posted on the Discord.
Let's see what happened.
Food stamps into cash.
Cause I definitely forgot what this nigga did.
He had I think he like finesse niggas. I think he like bought like some brownies out of store.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, real niggas of the week.
Food stamps into cash in 5 minutes. Nah.
Yeah, I'm just playing the audio. This shit keep fucking up.
Food stamps into cash. Please don't try this at home unless you have the proper protection. You go grab you a couple of these depending on however much you're trying to make. You seal the deal. Niggas ain't gonna tell y'all that though. Yeah, them bitches fired though. Who?
Hey, listeners, I wouldn't suggest doing this. So basically, the nigga, he took...
Yeah, don't do this.
He went inside 7-Eleven and got some regular brownies and put them shits in like some weed packages and was selling them as like weed brownies.
So he finessed.
Yeah, he finessed niggas, bro. Nah, you can't do that, dog. You get killed out here.
Yeah,
if you sell it to the wrong person, you will get shot the fuck up.
Straight up. I knew a nigga selling soap back in the day, boy. I used to tell that nigga every day, man.
Like, you risking your life.
Quit that shit, yeah.
He was selling soap.
Hey, you know what's crazy at my job? I know a nigga that be selling fake J's. He talking about he found a website. The Jordans look so real. But I was like, bro, you risking your life.
Refresh it.
Selling fake retros. I wouldn't do that shit.
They usually do it at
I know what you mean. All right, so I'll just tell y'all what they is real quick. This nigga wanted to build a pool inside his crib.
Oh yeah.
So he dug out his entire basement. Once he emptied it out, he set up to do the pool, right? He got everybody in the pool swimming. Like, he had the shit successful as fuck. Built a nice ass pool. The city came by and was like, yo, we want to come by and do an inspection on the crib. You know what I'm saying? On what you're doing in the basement. So he changes it, takes out the water, and turns it into a golf simulator.
That nigga's smart.
He's brilliant, bruh. This nigga's genius.
Definitely.
It doesn't stop there. He goes all the way, buys the turf, the tarp, everything. Makes it look like it is a full out golf simulator, right?
Wow.
There was a game. That's the inspector. He was a Chiefs fan. Right. So he took him to the fucking Chiefs game for tailgating.
Yeah.
The inspector was a Bills fan. He jumps through the fucking table. Boom. Has a great time. Doesn't even, I think they go out that night. Get drunk. Too. Comes back. He checks out the golf thing. Clears it. And he's back to the pool.
Damn. So he made bro forget all about the pool shit?
Yeah, I guess he was just like I guess he was so intoxicated. He said, man, fuck it, bro. You got it. You're like, I can't even get out of bed.
What?
All right, now this next one, I gotta cut the audio up. I've been playing through the mic. But this was the realest shit ever. This nigga, his neighbor was stealing his packages. So he set them up. The package exploded.
Oh, man.
Nigga check his drawers.
Hey, that's crazy.
Listen.
Your neighbor, though? That's crazy. And he knew it was his neighbor because he had the ring camera. Yeah. Man, his neighbor was so flawed for that shit. That's some flaw ass shit, bro. That's some broke ass shit. He can't even walk for real.
Hey man, everybody invest in a ring camera, bro.
Yeah, I need one of them bitches.
Invest in one ASAP, bro.
Bruh shit himself.
I would shit myself too if I pick up a package that shit exploded.
That shit kaboom on your ass, yeah.
All right, they need their ass beats. I ain't really got one. I guess I got the Nets, man. What they doing to Kyrie? So
that Kyrie's blowing up for real.
So you got one?
I got this nigga that drove away from the police.
Why you pulling me for it? For what? Y'all tripping, bro.
Oh, he just pulled off?
He just pulls off, but listen.
He tweaking.
I don't know why he's recording himself like
I
a
don't know
dumbass.
either. That's just worse.
You driving a stick shift or something?
You hear that shit?
That nigga car sound like it's about to tear up.
Nigga.
This some Grand Theft Auto type shit, though.
You think he's out of there, right? Three, 2, 1. Oh, that ain't it.
Oh,
It's over.
it's done. That shit sound like it's done. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We might well hop out and get to running, bitch.
bro, he didn't even get away.
Now, look at this nigga. Look at this dumbass nigga.
I believe you have a gun. I don't have a gun. Fucking reach. Put your hands on top of your head. Bro, if you put your fucking hands down, I'm gonna shoot you. Y'all see this shit? Put your hands up now. Fucking put your hands up. You gotta get shot. Shot for what? Put your hands up. I don't have a gun. I don't have a weapon. Put your hands up.
Bro,
I'm gonna set the dog on you, dude. I promise you. Mr. Fikes, you have a warrant.
They want to shoot his ass so bad.
Dude, keep your fucking hands up. All right, bro. Dude, keep your hands up. My hands is up, bro.
Bro, they acting dumb as fuck. His hand's definitely up.
Hey, y'all.
Nah, he about to try to do it again.
On some shit. That bitch is drive.
That nigga an idiot, dog.
Yeah, it's over for bro.
Oh, and then this nigga got caught in class by his teacher. You know how on TikTok you can send 1,000 likes?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga is blowing up some chick page that's twerking. And he sitting in class, one of his homies recording him. And it paying up.
Looking right at him.
Bro.
Yeah, bro. Bro was wilding.
I don't know what I
You're like,
would
you know
do in
you
this
fucked
situation.
up, right?
He need to go home and give himself like 30 lashes.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. But
I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with that TikTok shit. That shit be funny.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, I like
be funny.
TikTok. I be wasting a bunch of time on TikTok.
For sure.
Too much time.
Be learning shit, but it be a lot of entertainment on that too.
And if you do content like rapping, podcasting, that's an amazing place to like spread your shit.
100% great outlet.
It's like one of them. It's like one of them apps where like the more you post, gotta be
more
consistent
traction
with
you
it.
get,
The more
yeah.
traction, the harder you work on it. Definitely.
For sure.
Everybody slander TikTok. Me personally,
I watched a white guy that owned a wolf. Like, I mean, he ain't even own a wolf. He just had a wolf that like was in the jungle, like in the woods rather, and it would come. It would come and visit like every night, and he set out little food. He chill with it. The dog and his dog and the wolf was friends. Wow. And I watched like 30 TikToks of this dog and wolf relationship.
That shit different.
Bro, TikTok just make anything interesting.
That sound fire to that wolf bite his ass one day.
Bro, that's what I was thinking. I was like, man, let me see if there's an update story.
Right, who you gonna fuck with, the dog or the wolf at that point?
All of a sudden, you just don't see no more updates. You like, oh, that wolf got that nigga.
Right. Shit, I was thinking more so that damn dog. They get to play and that wolf say, all right, you know I'll still kill you. And
exactly, dog. Like, I couldn't. But I respect it. Like TikTok, one of them things you just see random shit, and you like you could make anything viral almost.
Right, right.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
That's crazy, man. But hey, man, this been another episode, Random Acts of Podcast.
Sure.
Your boy Ampavelli,
Mr. Jefferson,
904 Eli, man.
Yes, sir, yes,
Plug
sir.
all your stuff. That camera right there.
Yeah.
Go ahead. All your social medias, all that, man.
Hey man, I just want to say shout out to Duval County, born and raised Southside baby. Look, man, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram 904_Eli. Booker 904 Eli the mixtape on all platforms. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all support I appreciate all my supporters, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to keep going up with this music. Shout out to my boys for this raw-ass interview.
Yeah.
Best interview ever. And shit, like I said, y'all boys keep going. Blessings.
Yes, sir, man. Like I said, this been another episode, Random Acts of Podcast. Follow us on IG, RAO Podcast, Twitter, RAO Podcast, YouTube, youtube.com/RAO Podcast, all that shit, man.
Right. Let's go.
Tap in with us, tap in with Eli. With all that said, we are out.
Go on.